there. Oh, did I lose you?
Hey,
Or,
I disappear. What happened?
I don't know. You just disappeared.
All right. So anyway, I was saying I'm recording this one and I recorded the last one. And I can put the link on Canvas if you want so everyone can listen, or I can just send it to you.
You can put it on Canvas. Yeah, this should be fine. Well, I was having a lot of doomer talk about the virus. Maybe just send it to me.
Okay. All right, so I'll do that. Here, I'll just do it now. Inbox. Here we go. Where is it? Your nope. Let's see. It just came through recently. Let's see, where is it? It's yesterday. Why is it doing this? Oh, because I'm on it. The other. Where is it? Let's see. Faculty Digest, Economist. Where's that link? So these links drive me crazy. They're so hard to go back and find. No. See, now I'm not seeing it anywhere. It almost seems like they pop up and then they disappear. Yeah, see, now I'm not seeing it. This is from what time? This is from 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Huh. Oh, here it is.
The links you shared with me, or
yeah, TA check-in internship. Tuesday at 2:15. What is that? Yeah, to view or publish or share. Here we go. But this just came through. I wonder if this was, I don't know what this is. Let's see what it says. Oh, you know why? Because it comes from something called Microsoft Stream. And
okay.
of course, everything's slow because it's raining.
Oh, do you have like satellite or something?
No, but that's just how it is here.
I see.
I had the option of paying $1,500 to have like a line put right to. Why does this say it's an hour and 14 minutes?
Yeah, fiber optic, yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't put in fiber optic because there's fiber optic on my road, but my driveway is a half a mile long.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
I
Nice,
know.
I'm jealous.
So it would have been 1,500. Well, there's two other summer homes. Yeah, it's like a shared driveway. But yeah, so let's see. Lucas Stink link to conversation about quints. Cool. All right, so I think this is the right one, and I have sent it to you. All right, good. So now we can talk about Badger, and I'll do a screen share. Let's see. How about that? Presenting. Boom. Are you in?
It usually takes a couple of seconds to finally display. Yep, I see it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so here we have Badger. So Badger, they have their video presentation, which is great that they can look at. It's the correct one. And then I have my notes. So I was going to go over my notes with you. And basically is kind of looking at that sourcing the better packaging, right? Mm-hmm. So I was kind of looking over in more detail what Kenny had presented with the alternative packaging. And pretty much he was presenting the idea of biodegradable polymers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I did some Google searches and stuff. Like here's one right here, biodegradable polymer packaging lip balm. And I found this one place, EcoVision Packaging, which is like a small startup from 2015. It might not even be in business, but I sent them a query, right? And then I copied what I sent them to you guys. So maybe the team wants to use that if because I kind of gave them a script, right, of how do you talk to the person. But what if you're
Right.
sending a query? So this is an example of a query. Right? Are they FDA approved? Can they have labels put on them or be direct printed? What's your order size? What else can you tell us about them? Can you send us a sample? Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just got my sample today of
Oh, well, they
my
sent it to you.
yeah, for Danko packaging. Well, this is for Perfect Seed. You can still see me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my Danko packaging sampling that we got. And it's good to get that because we realize, wow, these
What is
bags are
that?
kind
Just
of,
strips?
yeah, it's for the Perfect Seed. So what we would do is,
The baggies.
yeah, like this is what we have so far and it's not good, right? We realized it's too small. They don't work well together, you know, but the idea is that people would buy the Perfect Seed quinoa and they would receive it like this in like a little canvas bag with a plastic liner,
And the liner
and
would
the
be
product
sealed.
would be
Yeah.
inside.
Right.
You know, so it's kind of like a little bit of a gift. But the whole thing is a little bit awkward. It's not the end of the world, but it's a little awkward. And
The liner could just be a little smaller, that's all.
yeah, well, the portion I think is too small. I think we need everything bigger. You know, because who's going to be able to cook anything with like this much quinoa? It's like a taste.
I don't know how far quinoa goes, you know, like how much I was in the impression that a little went a long way, but I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe I've never cooked it before.
So that's what we have to, yeah, that's what we have to play around with. We're thinking probably the larger size bag might be better. So what I'm going to do now is weigh out the product and put it in the bags and see, you know, how much, because we want to do 3/4 of a pound.
Yeah.
So we want to see what does 3/4 of a pound look like, you know, in this packaging. Right. And we don't want consumers to have buyer's remorse when they buy this for like $12 and they're like, what? You know? So that's what we're playing around with, but it's great having the samples because then you can figure it out, right?
Yeah.
And figure out how is this going to be sealed and what is this going to look like, and you know, so that's what I did. I got these samples sent in. One came from Online, which makes the burlap bags, and she sent me 2 different sizes, right? And then the other one came from the bag people. What are they? Danko.
Okay.
Right?
And they could do
and
they do other polymers?
Yeah, and these are corn-based. These are corn-based. So that's just for my own you know, my own project that I'm getting ready to do the Kickstarter on because I have to know my costs, right? And I also have to have an idea of how I'm going to send this final thing out, and I have to be able to do photos of what it looks like, right? So I need to get my packaging figured out first. Not purchased, but at least figured out, right? So that's kind of, yeah. So you guys are going to need samples, and that's why samples are important because sometimes it's not what you think it's going to be. I also did some other stuff. I kind of looked at, you know, knowing a little bit more about what some of the specs, right? Because looking at it, they were actually looking for like the little containers, like for this stuff.
Oh, tubes.
Yeah, the tubes. They were looking for the rigid tubes. That's kind of what she was interested in. So, and this is the badge lip balm. Okay.
So if we have the ingredients, then we'll be able to provide ingredients to, assuming that they're not confidential. I mean, we could give them the active ingredients, which I think they're supposed to be provided anyway. We give them to the producers so they know that if there's going to be some sort of reaction, or if, you know what I mean, like if a certain ingredient is going to degrade the plastic or something. I mean, it might be helpful.
Yeah, and there's no active ingredient in this. The only active ingredient we have is in the sunscreen, which is the zinc oxide. And she said, don't worry about that too much. But Here you go. So know the ingredients. Here's a link, right? And that's the thing. Badger has a ton of information on their website. And if we go to this link, for example, did I put it up here? Here it is. It's this one, I think. I'm just going to go paste it in to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So here we have, for example, a lip balm. Okay. Here's a cocoa butter lip balm. They have all these other kinds of lip balms, right?
Mhm.
But if we go here, they have ingredients. So for every single lip balm I go to, you know, tea tree herbal lip balm, they have the ingredients right on the website. Okay. So we can look at this. You know, basically they're all in an olive oil beeswax base, you know, then with a bunch of fragrant stuff, you know, just for whatever properties. Okay. What you also want to know is how big it is, right? This is 0.15 ounces, right? This one is 0.25 ounces, right? What's my thing here? My thing here is, and we all got these, I think. This is 0.25 ounces. So the kids can, you know, just use the.
Oh no, I lost you again. Rats.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can.
Everything just seized up. So
You can
weird. The
hear me
first,
now?
yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you have yours, I don't know if you still have yours or not, but mine is 3 inches tall. You know, it's half, well, let's see, like 3/4 of it. No, it's half an inch wide, a little more. It's like 3/4 of an inch wide.
Yeah.
Okay. So these can be the kind of specs that you use, right? There's going to be 0.25 ounces of product. It's 3 inches tall, 3/4 of an inch wide. So when you contact these companies, you can be telling them specifically, what am I looking for? Because I haven't found any packaging like this yet, but some of these people might know where it can be found, or they might be able to custom make it. So here's some suggestions. I was kind of poking around and I came up with this company, Enso Plastics, which seemed really interesting. So going to them, right, this we already did. That we already did. That we already did. That we already did. Oh, where's my Enso Plastics? Let's go pull them up. So if we go to Enso Plastics, and they're out in Arizona, and they provide the raw materials, right? And they work with all kinds of companies to like custom create whatever. So if you go to our products, you know, this is it. They're just providing the pellets. So other companies will buy these pellets and make them into products. So, and these are biodegradable. And this is really cool because here we have why Enso Plastics. It's a biodegradable plastic. So it's kind of a new product and sort of a new company. So I sent them a query. I think I did. I left them a phone message asking them for some more information. Okay, because what we want to be able to do is find out who can make these kind of containers, maybe using the Enso product, right?
Yeah.
So here what I did in our worksheet. Okay, and then we also have Danko, which is my guy, right, that I just got my samples from. And I already talked to him about these products. And he has something similar, but it's not biodegradable.
So maybe we could work out a deal where if we supply him with the pellets, he might be able to produce something we want? Or
Nope.
no, is this
Danko
different?
is a wholesale distributor. He doesn't produce anything.
Oh, okay.
But he makes eco bags, and he might know somebody else who
Okay.
maybe is doing something with rigid plastic, right? So he's someone we can network with, or he might be able to put us in touch with his supplier, right? These eco clear bags. Who is making the eco clear bags? Well, he knows, right? So he might be able to put us in touch with his supplier so we can go directly to them and see what they're doing, right? And they might have other products that they know about, right?
Yeah.
And this is interesting, certified compostable by BPI, right? And I think BPI is a waste processing.
Oh, interesting. So you need to send them to a specific facility to make sure they actually get biodegraded?
Maybe, I don't know. Here's BPI World. Oh, look, it's the Biodegradable Products Institute. So this might be a good place to go to also find out. Here, search for products, right? So maybe what we're looking for is tubes, right?
Yeah.
Rigid food grade tubes. No results, but whatever. But here we have packaging. If we go up here to certified compostable products, again, it's just a search. So I don't know, let's see, what if we say packaging? It's going slowly. But, oh, here's a catalog. Oh, here's, it's going slow. But anyway, so they get to be sleuths, right? So if they're going to go to this place, let's go write this down just because we did, right? What they want to be doing is, and maybe these guys, right? They have to be kind of sleuthing this stuff down. And then they have to track what they're doing, right? So to be doing that, here's, what I did. I contacted Enso about sourcing and products. This is the phone number I called. I called on this day and I left a message, right?
Okay.
And the recommendations would be to follow up, right? And here, Danko, I talked to Sammy. That's his phone number on the 26th. I mentioned this product. He doesn't have anything, but he might have other ideas or sources, right? So my recommendation is to follow up, right?
Okay.
And that's kind of it. So that's really what they need to be doing is like, running down all these little rabbit holes, trying to find out who's going to make something like this, right? It already has it or who can make it or, just figuring it out. And one of the things I looked at, did I put it in here? Or maybe I didn't. Oh, I didn't put it in there. I found one that was paper. Oh, maybe because, Oh, no, I think that was the EcoVision packaging. Yeah, look at these guys. This is cool. I don't know if they're still in business. Oh, look, here's the results, right? So there's a whole bunch of hundreds of companies here that are doing packaging. Look at all those.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
From all over the world. But so this is definitely a place to poke around and look. Here's food service. So they have all kinds of stuff. Consumer products. We don't want any of that stuff. Packaging. Here we go. Sheet film, bag clip, paperboard, box, carton, coated board. Right? I don't know. Bags. We don't want bags. Agriculture. We don't care about that.
Consumer products, maybe. Yeah. Or food service.
No, we already looked at that.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, look. Wipes, coatings, filter.
Oh, yeah.
Containers, cold cups, cutlery. I would think it might be extruded sheet. That's flat. Maybe package.
Yeah, click that. See what happens.
All right, so now we have two, right? So we have these guys. Out in California. Yeah. But what we can also do is call BPI and say, BPI, this is what we're looking for. What do you recommend?
Yeah. Maybe they could make that search a little more expeditious. There's a lot to go through here.
Yeah, so what you can also do is just call BPI, hey, listen, doing this project, what do you recommend? Right? And just call straight to BPI. They might have more information.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So these companies in the workbook you put in, or
so
the
these
notes for
companies have already. Yeah, so let's see. So let's see what I did here. So EcoVision packaging, looking around and seeing what was out there. And this was sort of interesting. So, you know, what I would recommend, oh, that's great. What I would recommend is, do you still have me?
Yeah, in and out, but mostly I think I've heard most of what you said.
Yeah, so like here's EcoVision packaging, which is kind of cool because they have paper and it's food grade paper coated compostable, and they have lip balm tools made out of tubes made out of paper. Isn't that cool?
Oh, now we're on the right track. That'd be interesting.
Right? So the only problem with them is there's not much here and nothing's been done since 2015.
Yeah, we'd have to give him a call.
But I did send an email to Ken.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent him an email asking what was going on, and you guys might want to call him.
Yeah.
Right? So I think I forgot to put that in on our sheet. Let me see. Oh yeah, I didn't do that. Look at that EcoVision. Okay, so I emailed Ken. Wait, well, how does it go again? Oh, the date is today for line 30, line 2020. And then what was done? Asked for info on product for Badger.
So we ought to just give him a
And
call.
my suggestion on that is to follow up, and I would say call them, right? And if I hear something back on email, I'll let you guys know, of course.
Great.
Cool. So yeah, so that's what you're going to be doing. So there's going to be a bunch of phone calls. I would say if each person, you know, checks out maybe 10 leads, because you guys are really working on something new. And they find one good lead out of their 10, that would be great. If that's overwhelming, then they can do 6 leads. I would think 6 would be the minimum. You know, you have 3 people on the team. If each person's looking for 6 leads, that's 18 leads. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. And another thing also is you can network amongst the industry. Remember, all the B Corp people like to help each other. So Dr. Brana is a product they're also a B Corp member. And they have very similar products to Badger.
Oh,
And none of their stuff looks like it's eco packaging. So that's kind of interesting. So if we go to Dr. Bronner, to their website, you know, you might want to contact them and say, hey, have you guys been working on this? You know, what do you think? And I don't see their B Corp thing, but they used to be B Corp. Unless it's in their about. 1, 2, 3, all in one, do it right. When did they get into a fight and they dropped their B Corp? Dr. Bronis does.
They got into a fight, you said?
Yeah, sometimes they do. They're always arguing with people. They're activists. Maybe they're not a B Corp anymore, because they dropped out of fair trade for a while. Let me see. But anyway, it doesn't matter if they're a B Corp or not. You can still ask them, you know, because they're another company that's very committed to the environment, right?
Yeah. Worst case scenario, they just say, no, thank you. You know, we're not talking.
Yeah, exactly. Here's packaging innovations, 100% post-consumer recycled plastic packaging.
Okay.
So that's interesting. So it's not compostable, but it's recycled. Right? They've been
The issue there is that I believe you need to add virgin plastic, otherwise the plastic won't hold up, you know.
They say it's 100% for more than 10 years.
Hopefully.
So you can ask them about it. You know, ask them. That would be another thing to check out, right? And ask if they're trying to do something that's compostable. Right?
Yeah. And so they're in this spreadsheet here.
I'll put them in.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're down. They're mentioned.
Great.
So cool. So yeah, so it's going to be a lot of sleuthing, right? And then after you get it sleuthed, then you want to make sure to have like a nice marketing message. So what we're going to be delivering to the client is kind of like what I have here. A couple of possible solutions for their particular situation, our analysis of how these solutions are. Maybe we don't have a full solution yet, right? But maybe we do, who knows? And that's it. That's what we're going to pass on to them. And then an example of how you might market, like, you know, announcing this new message of, you know, we have great biodegradable, you know, bags for this, you know, lip balm stuff. And maybe
Yeah.
doing a coated cardboard is going to be good, right? Or maybe you
Yeah.
guys, you know, so it's good to look at a couple of different things. What about bamboo? You know, can you have a bamboo tube or something made for this, right? So you guys can really be thinking out of the box on this. So you might have one person working on the polymer thing, maybe someone else working on like bamboo and cardboard, and maybe someone else just working on, you know, what are other people doing, right? Like
Yeah.
what pre-made products are already there.
Yep.
Is that cool? And what's good with this too is you start learning the vocabulary, right? Like, what do you call this? Like, here, when we found this guy, he's calling them paper lip tubes, right? Oh, okay. So now if we're saying, you know, lip balm tubes, then people might know what that is. So I can
Yeah.
use that term and I can Google, I'm just curious now, bamboo lip balm tubes, right? Oh my God, look, they're there. Paperboard, seed polynutrients. What's that? Natural bamboo lip balm tubes on Amazon. Whoa, that's interesting, huh?
Yeah. Look at that. They could just have a liner.
Yeah, and it's refillable, right? So that's interesting. We don't know, you know, anything about it. It looks like it has a plastic cap.
Yeah.
It looks like it might have a plastic liner.
Yeah. And Amazon's hardly sustainable, so there's
No,
that.
but the idea is the
Yeah.
product exists, right?
Yeah. Right.
And
Right.
then they have this compare with similar items, right? So this is how you can start kind of figuring this out, right? This is called natural bamboo lip balm tubes. So what you might want to find out is who's making that, right? Because it's going to be on here. Here we have because they always tell you who the seller is, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Unless it's just stocked by Amazon. It could just be stocked by Amazon.
it could just be. But the thing is, like, now you have this idea of, you know, this one kind of product, right? So what are they
Yeah.
selling? They're selling one for $12? No.
No, pack of 4.
Okay.
So
So that's kind of cool, right? So that might be something to think about.
yeah.
And that came from this Google, right? And then there's other things here, right? And something else that you might want to think about is wholesale. I just saw Alibaba on there too, right? And Alibaba's a good wholesaler. So here we have bamboo lip tubes from Alibaba, right? And the fact that these are here is kind of cool, right? So it's giving us something to start thinking about. So here's custom private label, but again, they all have these liners in them. But
Yeah, it looks like an outside container to make it more appealing for marketing purposes as opposed to an actual like it kind of circumvents the innovative roadblock, I guess, that a lot of people are running into.
Right. And maybe they have to have that liner because the wood will just absorb all the oils and it'll just get stuck and it'll become a mess, right?
Yeah, that could be.
So
I didn't think of that, but that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe you can just say compostable.
And metal tubes don't work because of the zinc oxide. Was that the issue?
Well, they're not compostable, right?
Yeah, but they're infinitely recyclable.
Oh, look at this one. So here's a lip balm that's in a paper, right? It's in a paper package with, it looks like it must have a liner. So that might be something interesting, right?
Yeah.
So we don't want to buy their lip balm, but the fact that somebody else has that kind of packaging, you know, they're getting it from somewhere. Here's some paperboard. Right, so here 0.3 ounce tube. So here it's a wholesaler, right? Selling all this stuff. So you get 24 per bag. Right, so this might be something interesting, right? It's 100% paperboard.
Wow.
Right?
SKSbottle.com. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, I'll just put this link down there. So this is what the team gets to do, right? You just get to poke around, you know, just start looking for keywords, looking it up, who's doing what, contacting people, talking to them. You're going to want to talk to these people, right? Tell them, is this going to work for, you know, the Badger products? Can we direct print on this? Do you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, no, I lost you again.
Provide that service?
There you go. I think you're back.
Paper info, right? So cool. So that's kind of it. You know, it's just keeping, you know, it's just figuring the stuff out, right? Keeping track of what you're doing, getting in touch, and then you might keep finding something. Well, this is better than that, and now that is better than this. So once you've kind of gone through it all, pick out like the top 3, and those will be what you present. Is that cool?
All right. Yeah, that sounds good.
Work, right?
I'm already getting emails from them talking about who to talk to.
Yeah. So choose top 3 product ideas to present to customer, to Badger, right? And you have to know the price. You know, you have to know everything, right? Quantities, printability, what are they? Everything. Right? You get to become an expert on this product.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Quantities, printability. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with stickers either, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Mom, are you available right now or not?
Who is it?
Who is this? Paul.
With what?
Plastic.
Oh yeah. Tell him. Yeah, I'll talk. Yeah, I can talk to.
Here she is.
Yeah. Take him.
I got one of the plastic guys. Hi, Paul. Hi, I'm just on the line with my TA. We're talking about this project. That was good timing. Yeah, I'll put you on speakerphone because what I'm doing is I'm a professor for entrepreneurship students, and this is their first time learning how to source a product for a new customer. Okay, and they're working with Badger. I don't know if you know Badger. They make like eco balms and skin stuff, and they're considered pharmaceuticals, so they have to have FDA approval with their packaging. And they serve their little lip balms and stuff in plastic tubes. And the challenge they gave to our class was to come up with a more eco-friendly, compostable product packaging for them.
You definitely don't want to go compostable.
Okay.
The whole thing about compostable plastics is it's just a big facade.
Okay.
That application will never be discarded into an industrial compost. So you definitely don't want to go down that road, although people love to say it, and you see companies heading in that direction. It's not feasible, and there's no environmental value.
Okay.
Value in making plastics compostable because compostable plastics don't create compost.
Oh, interesting. So so you're Paul, and you're calling from what company? Because we've contacted a couple.
We are Enso Plastics.
Oh, Enso Plastics. Perfect. Okay, great. So I'm going to put your name here so my students know who you are.
I'm a biodegradable.
Yeah, but you guys are doing aren't you guys doing the biodegradable plastics?
We are. We are.
Okay.
There's a difference between the different kinds of, when people say biodegradable, most people do not understand what that means, where it should happen, why it should happen.
Okay.
It's a general term that gets just beat up in the industry and confusing in the industry.
Okay.
But what we do is we make sure that the application works,
Mm-hmm.
or other words, biodegrades, in the primary managed waste system that application is going to end up in.
Okay.
And that system is an anaerobically managed waste system that uses bioremediation to convert solid waste into renewable energy and gas.
Okay.
That is today's modern landfill.
Okay.
And what we do is we make sure, without changing the polymer, because the polymer is the right polymer to use,
Mm-hmm.
because it does the job correctly.
Right. So it's making methane, right? Those are the methane capture things that we're seeing in the landfills and stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
It is producing methane, but that methane is being controlled and converted into renewable energy.
Right. Okay.
And that closes that. When you hear about the circular economy,
Mm-hmm.
that is exactly what that is all about. Finding ways to use the infrastructures we have available, the resources, to increase the return value through the entire life cycle of the application.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody discards that application properly, then you or the producer has taken accountability for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that closes the circle. And so now you can talk about energy recovery, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, lowering carbon footprint, eliminating it as a pollutant,
Mm-hmm.
all because it works in a landfill.
Okay, perfect. I love it. So it's not going to be floating around the ocean for the rest of our lives.
Right. There's nothing that should ever be discarded into the ocean. And the reason that is the fundamental root cause of plastic pollution is because plastics do not inherently work
Mm-hmm.
in our managed waste systems.
Okay.
So we're making sure that plastics do
Right.
work in that managed waste system. We're not demonizing the landfill. The landfills are doing a fantastic job of managing waste.
Mm-hmm.
And all of our plastics are going into those landfills.
Okay, perfect. So do you know anybody that's using your materials? Because I think you guys provide raw materials, right?
Right. We provide the technology to the manufacturers.
Yeah.
As far as like that kind of an application, I don't know of anybody offhand.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can disclose our customers, but I don't have anybody offhand for like a lip balm.
Okay. Do you know if anyone's...
Any manufacturer would be able to integrate the technology. There's no change in performance or processing or anything. It's just used at a 1% load rate, just like a colorant would.
Okay.
And it just makes the plastics biodegrade in a landfill.
So I add your product to my current mix if I'm making that packaging myself, right? And I'm using my little plastic beads. I would just add 10% of your product in, and then that would be able
1%.
to. Oh, 1%. Okay. So it's like an additive, and then this additive makes the rest of the plastics break down under the heat of the landfills and turn to methane?
Correct. So
Okay.
the heat, though, landfills are anaerobic
Right.
systems, so there's no oxygen, there's no light.
But there's heat,
So
right? Isn't the heat
making
kind
sure
of...
that it works in that kind of environment
Right.
is important. So we use ASTM D5526
Uh-huh.
testing data to
Uh-huh.
validate that performance.
Okay. Okay.
And there's a group that you might be interested in too. That is, there's a new sustainable validation program that's coming out in the market from the Environmental Research and Education Foundation,
Okay.
or EREF for short.
Uh-huh.
They have a program called Design for Discard,
Okay.
and that is a great program that's being developed right now. It's coming out probably this year.
Oh, cool. What is it? The environmental what?
The Environmental Research
Uh-huh.
and Education Foundation,
Oh, cool. Okay.
and the program's called Design for Discard.
Okay. Yeah. ERAF. All right. Excellent. So we'll definitely, I'll send my students over to take a look at them. And then, so if we find somebody, because we're looking at products, we're looking at manufacturers. So if we find a manufacturer that might be interested in engaging in this, because there's a bunch of like eco-friendly, cosmetic kind of companies that are looking to have a better positive footprint. I would just have them contact you. I'd say call Paul and he'll be able to kind of help you out with integrating this into your supply chain.
Yeah,
and production.
Call Enso Plastics. They may have already heard of us.
Okay.
We're pretty well known as far as biodegradable additives.
Okay.
Industry. We kind of we're one of the top dogs in this industry. We work with ASTM. We work with the FTC. We work with so we do quite a bit of work in this area.
Do you work with the USDA?
They're not relevant to us.
Yeah, probably not, right? Or the FDA. I guess it's the FDA, right?
Yeah, well, our materials is considered FDA GRAS.
What does that mean?
That it's just that it's safe for food use.
Okay.
So it's just FDA GRAS, FDA compliant. Our material's been in water bottles for over a decade.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, so this is nothing new. It's just new to us, I guess, right?
No. The whole idea of looking at our landfills through a different lens
Mm-hmm.
and realizing that these aren't unmanaged holes in the ground
Mm-hmm.
is something that is very difficult for sustainability managers to wrap their heads around. And you would be very surprised having this conversation. I have this conversation with some of the biggest companies in the world. And, you tell them, like a Coca-Cola or something, you forget the bottles, all your other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All your stuff is going to a landfill. Let's make sure it works in a landfill. They have really no idea how good our landfills are, or they can't even wrap their head around making sure plastics work in our landfill.
Okay.
So it's more cutting edge than it's a good time for your students and for you to take that kind of initiative on, again, looking at our waste management systems and going, hey, let's not recreate the wheel.
Right.
We've invested billions of dollars, and our landfills have done amazing jobs on how they manage our waste.
Uh-huh.
And we are getting all of our plastics picked up residentially and taken to that managed system.
Okay. Yeah, and we have a very good system here where we have, we kind of have two things because we're in rural Vermont, but like our landfill, did the thing where they capped and they still have the methane and everything coming from it. It's kind of almost finished, but then they put a solar grid over it,
Yep.
So they're repurposing that same land. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's people say, well, we want to get rid of landfills. Well, the landfill's going to be gone in about 75 years, and then you're going to have a rolling hill.
Yeah, that's kind of what we have now.
You're going to have a monstrosity of a complex there.
Right.
You're going to have nature.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be used for golf courses, parks, solar farms, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So it's one of those elephants in the room that would be a great thing for your students to change the narrative and have that conversation out there.
All right, cool. And this company is really motivated to kind of be like that. That's like part of their corporate mission is to sort of be, ahead of the curve on these things and being an advocate besides just a business.
It is the EREF D4D program
Mm-hmm.
is right up their alley then, because that is a third. EREF has overseen how we manage, and they do all the research on how we manage waste
Mm-hmm.
for the last 25 years. The
Okay.
EPA turns to EREF for information.
Oh, that's awesome. And they're okay.
All they're going to do, all that program is you give them an application.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give them.
Okay.
And if so if those people need concepts,
Okay.
if an application is really recycled, then you can get a E4 recycle bits certification.
Okay. Oh, this is great.
We've got 3 things we're doing for waste management,
Mhm.
and they're just making sure that whatever application is being produced works in the waste management system that it is primarily ending up in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is great. I will probably have my students getting back in touch with you as they kind of dig deeper into this. Is there a particular contact at ERAF that you would recommend they talk to, or?
You could probably just make contact with them on their website.
Okay.
To send a message over to them.
Okay.
And they're pretty active right now.
Okay.
It's a pretty active program right now, so you'll hear back.
Okay, this is
Let
awesome.
me know.
Okay, this sounds perfect. Well, this is really helpful. Perfect timing. Luke, you're on the other line. Do you have any questions?
No, this was immensely helpful. Perfect timing. Yeah.
All right, and I think I have another call coming in, but this is great. I have your name and I took notes on everything, Paul, so we'll be in touch, I'm sure. This was really helpful.
Anytime, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello? Hello?
Watch it be another plastic.
Hello? I know. That's all right. Maybe they left a message. All right, well, that was good. So that was perfect timing, right? And we have all this is
Yeah.
recorded. So this is good because then the students can kind of see, sort of a model of, how we get this information, right? And just talking to him, he's giving us all these other words now, and things that are trending, this whole thing of like waste management, including landfills, like that's right up the alley of, Badger. And they didn't know about this stuff because this isn't their field of work, but it aligns itself with their ethics, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I mean, before we were looking at the compostable thing, now we just know that why waste our time,
Well,
We have
there's
another
2
avenue.
ways to this. No, because we still have the paper, and the paper is compostable. So we still should look at compost.
Oh, okay, yeah, if we go down the paper route. But as far as compostable plastic and stuff like that, I mean, that was one of the big parts of the presentation, was talking about compostable plastic.
Well, actually, no, we
No?
put that word in. They were talking about biodegradable plastic.
Oh, okay. So maybe they know a little bit about this too then.
Yeah, we made that leap. We started calling biodegradable compostable. Kenny presented biodegradable. At that time, none of us knew the difference, right?
Okay.
Now
Now we
Paul
do.
just educated us. So now we know that biodegradable and compostable are 2 completely different things, right? And they're both valid, right? And it seems like the compostable might even be more valid because it's more realistic to our current waste management system, right? Because even if this was like what he was saying, if this was compostable, very few people would throw this in a compost pile. It would probably end up in the trash anyway.
Yeah.
But
You've lagged out on me.
that's kind of, I don't know, that's sort of, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the fact that this can be biodegradable plastic, which means that it's not going to be floating around the oceans for the rest of our lives, it can break down into energy, in a regular landfill, that's something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So that could be one option that we present them. One option could be a biodegradable plastic. And they could probably do that for the whole product line because it sounds like this stuff is pretty easy to use. And it sounds like, there's just a lot of people don't know about it yet.
Yeah, just adding it to normal plastic will make it biodegradable. That's very interesting. I hope that's the truth. It seems almost too simple to be true, but
probably has a little bit of a cost associated with it, right?
Right.
And then
right.
also, why would a business pay an extra 2 cents for something if they don't have to?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So so this is kind of interesting, right? And landfills might not have gotten on the radar of ethical companies, right? They don't think landfill, right? So
Mhm.
that might be why there's not a lot of awareness right now, but it's kind of an interesting match, right?
Yeah.
So we can look into that, right? And we can go, you know, one of the students can go, you know, work on this story, right? And look at the ERAF and see what's going on there and contact ERAF, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be perfect. You know, then another student might want to be working on the paper side of it, you know, and following up with that paper person. And it seems like other people have some paper packaging out there.
Yeah.
Where is it? That's this guy. I'm going to write paper packaging.
EcoVision.
Yeah, which we don't know if they're active or not, but there might be, there's obviously others because there's
Yeah.
products that are being sold that are in paper.
Yeah, right.
Right. So that could be a second one. And then a third one, you know, who knows? Maybe the third one will be the person that's coming up with the social media messages. Yeah. But I think they have to first figure out what these two things are before they start doing the social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like Paul will be a great person for anyone to call back and talk to. Right. So is that good?
Yeah, sounds great. Really
Okay.
encouraging.
And I'll post this video for the students.
Yeah, do that.
This is very relevant, I think. Is that good?
Absolutely. Maybe even find the timing in the video where they could even skip to that point just to hear the phone call, because the phone call itself is really super helpful, I think.
Yeah, yeah. All right, good. Well, it's the end, right? Guess
No,
maybe
I'd say
like
the
the last
last
7, I don't know.
25. Well, I mean, he called around 3:03. It's 3:25 now. So I mean,
Hello.
that's a good chunk of video there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So are you gonna post this video to Canvas? I can let the Badger folks know then.
yeah, I'll post it to Canvas. I'll just put it right here after Professor Sten notes. I'll say strategy video meeting with Luke.
Okay.
Is that good? And then you can direct them to the last 20 minutes. Is that good?
Sure.
Okay.
Just let me know when it's up, I guess.
Yeah, I'll put, yeah, as soon as this thing does it.
Yeah,
Hopefully it doesn't lose it.
All right.
So, all right. Good. So I guess that's everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, hang in there.
All right.
Let me know if I can help in any way. I'll be around. Any kind of questions, you know, anything you guys get stuck on or you're not sure about, you know, just let me know.
Sure. Okay, take care then.
All right. See ya.
Bye.